So first of all, it's a solar eclipse, and a solar eclipse is very meaningful because it marks the space between the sun and the moon coming together and an ending of a season, but a new chapter for everything that is. And this specific solar eclipse is powerful because there is a very powerful chapter ending with a marking of something new. So let me tell you what's going on so that you're able to just bring your attention to an inward phase of understanding. Because if you're like me, that you're sensitive or have a tendency to be, focused a little bit outwards versus, directing your thoughts more to your inner desires and your inner needs, then you're going to see that how important the cycle is. So first of all, solar eclipse, new season, right? The other thing that's here, that's on a grander scale of the cosmic path in this journey, is that this is the end of the cosmic eclipse cycle of Libra. So you're either looking at the next 8 years and the next 18 years. And I wrote about this briefly just on the membership guidance. So what does that mean? You're looking at a life new cycle. You're looking at a serious new beginning. So when that kind of comes to being, and you'll hear that there's a lot of karmic doors closing, you'll hear that the relationships are ending, relationships are starting, projects are beginning, new ideas, old ideas, everything is at a grasp or a possibility. You also have to know your internal cycle, right? So Libra, which is the zodiac sign, raises your awareness to your I am thread. And the I am thread of Libra is powerful because it comes in, it teaches you to weigh yourself. So the I am thread for Libra is our way. Now let's bring that into context. I speak about you being the oracle, okay? There is no weighing in your lights or your threads or your energy fields or everything. So what would that word be? It would be balance, right? So balance, okay, which is the symbol of Libra, which is the scales. Okay, so these scales are very important because they measure the scales not between right and wrong, because there's nothing like that. It's how you feel what is right and wrong that makes the difference. But your balance between your male driving energy and your female driving energy, your balance between your feminine divine energy and your male, and your energy between your masculine divine energy. Those are 4 different things that I just spoken about, okay? And it's important because life is going to be loud, okay? Chaos is never still, all right? And noise is noise. But you are the one that is evolving or growing or being stagnant or being interrupted or being pulled or being tricked by either your own habits of conscious awareness or unconscious habits. How many of you drive without knowing that you're on autopilot and you're just driving? Okay? I've had so many experiences, and as an innate caregiver and huge facilitator for so many people in the last 16 years for me, I had to interrupt my interruptions and interrupt those interruptions with a specific acute awareness so that I could go see what I'm actually doing subconsciously and unconsciously, because it's a day-to-day thing. You wake up in the morning, you have your coffee, or you take care of your kids, or you set your calendar, or you go to work, or you start your car, or you've got habits. And you've got things that you think about, and you've got internal chatters, and you've got mindsets, and you've got emotional pulls, and you've got things that have been happening in the past for so long, right? So why bring this up right now where solar eclipse is saying goodbye to the Libra eclipses? So you are being called into balance. Everything that's taken you out of balance, everything that's taken you to be out of scale with yourself, okay, where you don't necessarily know how to weigh yourself because you're not present. It's now distilled, meaning that it's being watered out and stretched out because it's no longer. Now, us saying new beginnings and endings, we say that every single time. But when it's so, what is it that you need to do? What is it that you need to pay attention? So I thought about this and I say, okay, Dana, let's record this like rather sooner than later so that I can keep this fresh inside of me with the channeled information that is so important. You have to reset yourself. You have to place a setting of discipline, because when you go read what I wrote, okay, I speak about the grand trine. So the grand trine is a triangle. So think of the grand trine. Any beautiful book out there that is a sacred book is called the trine. Okay, so it's you, your conscious, your subconscious, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, your mind, your body, and your soul. Okay, in our language, your thinker, your feeler, and your doer. Right? In New Age, conscious, subconscious, and ultra conscious. That's the trine. But there's a grand trine in the planets as well. So it's a Venus, it's Saturn, and Mars. So anytime that Mars comes to support, okay, a grand trine, all right? So Venus is all about love, abundance, prosperity, relationships, goodness, and being in love and being passionate and loving what you're doing and all of that, right? That's all about Venus. Now, just remember, every planet has a shadow side. But Venus is the ruler of what? Do you know? Okay, if you don't know, go open up your book. Okay? And that's the piece there of getting into the habit of taking action and go finding that answer for yourself, right? Okay? Because that's the action that's needed. You have to reset in just getting the information and forgetting about it. You have to get this information, go, all right, how does this help me? Right? So first you want to look at your relationships. Then Saturn is the ultimate teacher. Saturn is calling you to have discipline. So it's like having the ultimate golden ticket to go to gym every day, and you go, oh, can't stand doing exercise and going to gym and doing all that. But what are you doing? You have to go do something. What is that something? What does that something look like? Reset that mindset or that conscious pattern of allowing that innate resistance or conflict, okay, that you might have been absorbing from your parents, your grandparents, your family agreements, your family disagreements, your work environment, your friend circle, your no friend zone, your bantering social circle on social media, whatever. You have to find what that discipline is. And you have to pay attention, because the mind is not the discipline. All right? The mind and the conscious mind is your free will. Okay? You are choosing at every minute to reset yourself or to allow that habit to interrupt you. So Saturn is saying, get disciplined. All right? With something that you love, or go for the things that you love. Now Mars, anytime that Mars shows up like this, I'm telling you right now, okay, this is your warlord, right? This is your communicator. This is your strength. This is your warrior energy, right? And it's very interesting because I've gone through such an innate cycle myself, right? With standing up for either my beliefs or a spiritual awareness of self, of knowing yourself, right? There is no one that can read you better than you reading yourself. However, there is no way that you can read yourself with a chattering, undisciplined, disobedient mind. Forget about it, okay? That is not you reading yourself. That is you listening to the craziest radio station, okay, that is setting you off towards the bombs. Okay, you're about to erupt. Okay, because fear, worry, frustration, angers will implode. Fear is just going to drive more fear. Anger is going to drive more anger. Okay, and frustration is going to be more frustrated. All right? These things are not your benevolence. These are your emotional attitudes. Okay, but we need Mars. Oh, no, we even need Mars. Mars is here as the Grand Trine. And it's here to support you and say, okay, get focused, get supported, right? There is a solar eclipse that's saying goodbye to a whole new life, okay? And it's either going to be 8 years for some and 18 years for other. Now, if you know me and if you know the work, and you'll know that I have an innate symbiotic relationship that symbolizes a beautiful meaning for 18 for me. 18 for me means sky, okay, which is the numbers that come together to just bring in a new life, to regenerate yourself so that you're able to have the life force energy, the energy and the optimization to go forward, right? Without that alignment, without you wanting to go forward, you're just like, yeah. You don't want to do anything. You don't listen to anybody. You don't want to speak to anybody. You want to be a hermit. You're tired of being tired. You're fatigued. You're exhausted. And there's just this horrible fog over you. You know what that fog is? Other people's fears, other people's worries, your own fears, your own disorientation of your own mindset. This changes that. So that's why you need the reset. You're going to have to shake it off. You're going to have to get into a program or a routine or a place of mental support to give these emotional waves, okay, to get you into your thread. What's the thread of this solar eclipse in Libra? And the I am thread of it is away. So where are you out of balance? What is out of balance for you? Where are you in your relationship with yourself? Where are you with your money? Where are you with your own agreements? Where are you with, and just remember, agreements and money are kind of like symbiotic, okay, because there's a counterplay because money is just energy in exchange, all right? So it might have been things that you agreed to and then you decided not to agree to. Maybe the fearmonger got in there. Maybe you got distorted, maybe you sat at the wrong table, maybe you are listening to things that you shouldn't even be listening to. But you have to listen to them if you are corresponding with it, right? So all these things matter right now because they're part of the present moment of where you are. You being able to reset yourself, you being able to retune, you being able to redirect, okay, yourself means that you have got to start somewhere and you have to start from where you are. If you're going to start from the past, forget about it. Okay? You have just looped yourself, okay, and you're not going to get there. The other thing is you've got to be able to direct this, right? So directing your place from a place of future leaves you with a huge gap, and so it kind of leaves you disconnected. And this is the power of Moon and Me, because Moon and Me brings you into an awareness. You cannot deny the way you feel. Okay? That's why the Moon and Me is so relevant. Okay? I often think, Moon and Me is so relevant because it's everything about you, and the moon represents, you have a moon somewhere in your chart. The moon represents your waters, your emotional self, how you're feeling, what is going on, why you're feeling the way you're feeling, why your waters got murky. Okay? And if they got murky, means you were busy, means you were out there doing the stuff. If your waters are constantly clear, you'll end up floating. You'll end up not having that desire and that stretch for evolution, right? So be at peace for where you are, because that's the grand trine when it comes with that amount of energy, okay? Because of the ruling planets and the lineup of energy that's there, you have to bring your peace in, okay? And peace can only come from you knowing who you are and where you're going and what you want, okay? Because the God source within is also calling your faith, all right? You give those things up, then you are up for grabs, because there's no mind that can give you the faith. There's no mind that will give you that God essence, all right? And I'd be wary about, circles and spaces that are in the void of that, okay? Because you need a space of evolution. You need to have hope. You need to have faith. You need to have obedience in following the goodness of your heart, okay? Because your mind is the plethora and the library of everything that has been, okay? But that's not it. What about all those things that have been, that have the possibility that could have been, right? Because then you have regrets and you have disappointment and you have crisscrossing of energies. So that's how important the solar eclipse is, because it marks you and it calls you to reset yourself in a very, very simple way, but in a way that gets your attention. Raise your awareness and pay attention to how you are feeling. And then listen to what your mind is saying. Ay, ay, ay. Ooh la la. If you're sensitive, if you're empathic, if you are clairvoyant, clairaudient, which everyone is to a degree, switch that off. You'd be surprised, okay, at how out of tune you are when you start discerning and really, really paying attention to your intuition, to that thread of light that is so still, so strong within you. All right, so, and I've gone out there, but I had to go out there because solar eclipses do that. You are out there. You're part of this world. You're part of this universe. You're part of the social threads. You're part of the world as we are as one. Okay? You have a body, you have a spirit, you have an emotional body, you have a mental body, and you have a spiritual thread. You are connected to everything that goes on. There's an impact. Okay, and it's going to either take you out of balance in one way, put you out of balance in another way. You're going to be pulled for what other people want from you. You're going to be pulled for what you think is right or wrong. Get out of that mindset and bring yourself into the feminine drive energy and the masculine drive energy. And the masculine drive energy, give birth to yourself. And then the feminine energy, hold yourself in a nurturing power. Take care of you. Take care of you. Okay? And be around those that take care of you. Okay? Takes a little bit of discernment. All right? Stay good, stay strong. Okay? And moon and you is all about you right now. Okay, thank you.